Hi everybody, I'm Kay from the SIG SAUER Academy, and today I'm going to talk to you about grip, sights, as well as trigger on your 365 pistol. So first off, let's talk about the optic on our gun. So optics don't work like lasers. They are not visible to anyone else except for us behind the window. Optics are quite easy to use because all we have to do is look at a spot on target and then we just place the dot on the spot we're looking at. Another thing to think about with the red dot is lighting conditions. Setting this up at home, dry firing, you might need to turn that red dot down so that you can see the target. If you're outside shooting on a sunny day, you might need to turn that dot up. Something to think about with the red dot. All right, now let's talk about the trigger. So first off, let's do a little exercise. I want you to take your firing hand and I want you to just move your trigger finger. So you can see you get a little bit of a sympathetic response here. And if I really make my hand tense, you can see those other fingers really want to move. So something to remember here is keeping that hand relaxed so that we can isolate our trigger finger, as well as it gets a little bit easier to not have those other fingers do weird things if we do it nice and slow. The biggest issue I see with people's marksmanship is that in general, it's not a weird trigger pull, it's actually that their lower fingers are getting involved in that trigger press. So big thing to focus on, just isolating that trigger finger. All right, now that we know how the trigger works, we're gonna do a little dry fire exercise. So I'm gonna take control of the pistol. My trigger finger is gonna go high on the slide. My 3 lower fingers wrap around the grip. I'm then gonna rack the slide so we can get a real trigger press. And I'm going to click my safety on. My thumb now goes high and it opens up this space on the grip for my non-dominant hand to fill in that space. And I'm gonna grip hard with that non-dominant hand and have some relaxation in my dominant hand. I'm now gonna look at a spot on target, or if you're at home, a light switch or something small. I'm gonna present the gun to my eye line. I don't do anything weird bringing my head to the pistol. I always bring the pistol to my eye line. Now that my sights are on target, it's safe for me to click off my safety, as well as place my fingerprint on the trigger. I can now press the trigger. Now it looked pretty good. My finger's gonna go high on the slide. I'm now gonna reset the drill by racking that slide and putting the safety back on. I'm gonna get that grip again. Really focus on isolating that trigger finger. So I look at a spot, I present the gun to my eye line. The sights are on target. I can click off my safety, finger on the trigger, press the trigger, finger goes on the slide. All right, I think that went pretty well. These drills seem very basic, but they are fundamental to getting comfortable and becoming consistent with your pistol.